were crazy. When you're 4 years old, you're probably, a couple feet high. You'd run through the punching bags, but the bigger kids, man, they'd run through the punching bags and bam, they'd knock you over. She likes her drinks shaken, not stirred. Even death awaits you here at the Hallow Scream. Hey thrill seekers, Ranting Robb here, and I'm ready to dive into SeaWorld San Diego. We're here for dolphins, orcas, but plot twists, roller coasters too. Will I bond with a dolphin, or will I fall off a roller coaster screaming? Stay tuned to find out. Let us venture forth. Welcome to SeaWorld San Diego, where the dolphins are smarter than your average teenager, and the sea lions have better comedic timing than your favorite stand-up comedian. Did you know that SeaWorld San Diego is home to over 13,000 marine animals? That's right, folks. It's like an underwater city, but way more fish and way fewer traffic jams. Insider tip number 1. Always bring quarters for the sea lion and flamingo food dispensers. Trust me, these guys are hungrier than a teenager at an all-you-can-eat buffet. For the thrill seekers out there, don't miss the electric eel roller coaster. It's like riding a lightning bolt, but without the risk of getting your hair fried. And if you want to get up close and personal with some sea creatures, head over to Explorer's Reef. Here you can touch a shark, a ray, or even a horseshoe crab. Just remember, they're more scared of you than you are of them. Probably. Don't miss the Dolphin Days show, where dolphins show off their intelligence and agility. Fun fact, dolphins can recognize themselves in a mirror. Meanwhile, I still struggle to recognize myself before I had my morning coffee. So whether you're here for the rides, the shows, or just to see a penguin waddle, SeaWorld San Diego has something for everyone. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks to make your visit unforgettable. And remember, always keep your fins and flippers inside the vehicle at all times. Manta features not one, but 2 launches. It's like getting a second cup of coffee when you thought you were done for the day. The coaster reaches speeds of up to 43 miles an hour. That's faster than your average seagull stealing your fries at the beach. Manta stands at 30 feet tall, but it's a drop that goes 54 feet underground. It's like a roller coaster on a mole had a baby. Riders experience between 3 and 4 Gs. That's enough to make you feel like an astronaut, minus the zero gravity and the space food. The coaster trains are designed to look like manta rays, so you can finally say you've ridden a giant sea creature without getting wet. The ride starts at a 270-degree projected media experience. It's like IMAX, but with more screaming and less popcorn. The ride incorporates the Forbidden Reef exhibit, featuring a touch pool and aquarium. You can pet a bat ray before you get launched into the stratosphere. During the holidays, Manta transforms into Merry Manta with festive music and lights. It's like Santa decided to trade in his sleigh for a roller coaster. After 7 p.m., Manta becomes Manta Recharged with a colorful light show. It's like a rave, but with fewer glow sticks and more sea creatures. Manta can handle 1,400 riders per hour. That's a lot of people screaming their lungs out in unison. Ahoy mateys, let's take a trip down memory lane to the infamous Captain Kidd's World at SeaWorld San Diego, where safety was more of a suggestion than a rule. First up, we have the legendary rope net. Picture this, a giant web of rope suspended high above the ground. Kids would climb up only to realize that falling 10 to 20 feet into a hard surface was a real possibility. And these ropes, they were about as soft as cactus. It was like a jungle gym designed by a sadistic spider. Next, let's talk about the jump house. This wasn't your average bouncy castle. No, this was a jump house filled with compressed air. Or at least it was supposed to be. Most of the time, it was more like a deflated balloon, and kids would bounce right into the concrete below. It was like playing hopscotch on a bed of nails. And who could forget the big punching bag maze? Imagine a labyrinth filled with giant swinging punching bags. Sounds fun, right? Well, unless you were a little kid. The bigger kids would charge through it like they were training for a boxing match, knocking the smaller ones down left and right. Black eyes and bruises were practically a rite of passage. It was like a scene from a cartoon, but with more tears and fewer laughs. So whether you were falling from the rope net, hitting concrete in the jump house, or getting pummeled in the punching bag maze, Captain Kids World was the ultimate test of childhood resilience. And somehow, we all survived to tell the tale. Thanks for joining me on this nostalgic and slightly painful journey. Remember kids, playgrounds today are much safer, but maybe a little less exciting. Arctic Rescue is fast and frosty. Arctic Rescue is the fastest and longest straddle coaster on the West Coast, reaching speeds of up to 40 miles an hour. That's faster than a polar bear chasing an ice cream truck. The coaster cars are designed to look like snowmobiles, so you can finally live out your dreams of being an Arctic explorer without freezing your toes off. The track is 2,800 feet long, which is about the length of 28 blue whales lined up nose to tail. That's a lot of whale. The ride starts out in an indoor launch station, so you can pretend you're gearing up for a mission in the Arctic. Just remember, no actual snowballs allowed. Despite its thrilling speeds, Arctic Rescue is designed to be family friendly. It's like a roller coaster on a family road trip had a baby, minus the "are we there yet?" questions. The ride is inspired by the efforts of the SeaWorld rescue team and highlights the importance of Arctic conservation. So while you're screaming your head off, you're also supporting a good cause. After your ride, you can visit the Wild Arctic exhibit to see real Arctic animals like beluga whales and walruses. It's like meeting the cast after a show. SeaWorld partnered with the Alaska Sea Life Center for this ride, which means your adventure helps support the rescue and rehabilitation of Arctic animals. It's like being a superhero, but with more snow. One of the stars of the Wild Arctic exhibit, Artic, the walrus, was rescued off the coast of Alaska. He's living proof that even walruses can have happy endings. Did you know that the killer whales here can weigh up to 1,200 pounds? That's like having a school bus with fins. Meet Corky, the oldest killer whale at SeaWorld. He's been around since 1969, which means he's seen more fashion trends than your grandma. Then there's Ulysses, the largest killer whale at SeaWorld San Diego. He's known for his massive tail flukes that can splash water all the way up to the back row, so if you sit there, consider it a free shower. Ikaika, also known as Ike, has the largest blowhole and the largest tongue of any whale in the pod. He's basically Gene Simmons of the ocean. These whales are trained using positive reinforcement, which means they get fishy treats for doing tricks. It's like getting paid in sushi for doing your job. And let's not forget, these killer whales are the last generation at SeaWorld, so they're basically the rock stars of the marine world, living out their retirement in style. So whether you're here to learn, laugh, or just get soaked, the killer whales at SeaWorld are sure to make a splash. And that wraps up our adventure at SeaWorld San Diego. We fed sea lions, touched sharks, and screamed their lungs out on coasters. Remember folks, whether you're here for the marine life the thrill rides, or just to see if you can survive a splash zone, SeaWorld is something for everyone. Just don't forget your sunscreen, unless you want to leave looking like a lobster. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And if you didn't enjoy it, well, just pretend you did. My self-esteem depends on it. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride. Until next time, keep your fins up and your flippers flapping.